Okay, hello and welcome to week 3. Our focus this week is all on recovery. So we're going to be doing a few practices where we are focusing on breath work that is going to aid and help in our recovery. So using our breath to recover faster, to sleep better, and to reduce post-training stress. So in our first 2 weeks, we have created this awareness around our breath in week 1, and we have started to improve and retrain our carbon dioxide tolerance in week 2 with our breath holds, as well as exploring a little bit of nasal breathing. This week, we're going to actually shift our focus more into recovery, which is actually one of the most underused tools in a performance toolkit. Okay, what we will be doing here is using breathwork to downregulate our nervous system, reducing our stress hormones and speeding up our recovery. Okay, so a little bit of the science behind recovery. When we're training, we are basically breaking our bodies down, and it is during our recovery that we are actually adapting, growing and building our strength. It's not during the actual session, it is in the recovery afterwards. So the faster after we finish training that we can shift our bodies into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and repair state, the faster you're going to recover. Okay, basically the breath is going to be your shortcut to getting there. So our body basically has our autonomic nervous system, and this is broken up into 2 parts: our parasympathetic nervous system and our sympathetic nervous system. So our sympathetic nervous system is responsible for stress hormones, it is responsible for fight or flight, adrenaline, anything like that, which is great when we need to do stuff. But if our body gets too much into that side and it doesn't switch over into parasympathetic, we will not be recovering properly. So our parasympathetic on the other hand, is our rest and digest or rest and repair state. And obviously the quicker we switch into that, then our recovery is going to improve. Basically we're going to use our breath to do this. So anytime that our breath our exhale is going to be longer than our inhale, it is telling our body that we are safe to switch over into our parasympathetic nervous system. So loads of different practices will do this, but the most simple one is going to be a shorter inhale than your exhale. So we're going to go through a practice just now, but that's just a little bit of the science behind it. So through the slow and controlled breathing, you're signaling safety to your nervous system, which is in turn going to reduce cortisol. It's going to lower your heart rate. It's going to improve your HRV, which is your heart rate variability, and it's going to even boost digestion and sleep quality. All of these things are obviously improving and aiding in our recovery. So a little bit about stress states and our breath. Like I mentioned earlier, when we're stuck in that fight or flight mode, so in our sympathetic nervous system, whether from training, life stress, lack of rest, anything like that, your recovery is obviously going to be slowed down because your body is focusing on all of these other processes that it's putting up as more important than recovery and digestion. So there's some signs that you might be able to pick up from being stuck in a highly stressed state. Restless sleep is one. Having trouble relaxing after training is another one. Frequent soreness, like DOMS or muscle stiffness, and fatigue, or very shallow and rapid breathing. So if you notice, like sometimes I pick it up when I'm driving, very short, shallow breaths. So this week we're going to be focusing on using specific breathing techniques to help flip that switch over, helping your body reset after these intense bouts of exercise. So like I mentioned, anytime where we are extending our exhale to be longer than our inhale is going to shift us into our parasympathetic nervous system and aid in our recovery. So we can use this after workouts, we can use this at the end of the day, and I can highly recommend using this before sleep. So very simple to do. I'm going to record you a separate longer video that you can follow along, but you can literally just follow along with me here. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3. Out, 2. In, out. Good. So just let your breathing return to normal. Very simple practice. Like I said, you can very easily do that after training. You can do that in the evening. You can do that before bed. It's a very quick and easy way to just switch that body over into that parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, you can also, as another optional add-on, add in a short, like 2, 3, 4 second breath hold at the end of the exhale before you go in for your next inhale. Yeah. So basically building a recovery ritual is what we're going to be focusing on here. So finding some consistency in this practice. So trying to find some kind of a ritual after training that will allow our bodies to shift over into the state. And it can literally just be 5 minutes of extended exhale breathing. You can combine this with lying on the ground with your legs up the wall. You can do some cold plunging or contrast therapy in an infrared sauna if that's your thing, or you can just do it with some stretching or foam rolling or journaling or anything really that suits you and your life. Okay, make it yours. The more that your body associates this breathing pattern with recovery, the faster you're going to be able to drop into this rest mode going forward. All right. So you're basically, in a recap, is your recovery shapes your results. And this week we're going to learn to master it with our breath, okay? Make sure that you download the guide that I'm going to send with it. Pick a time after your next session where you can practice some extended exhale breathing. And then commit to this practice every single day or every single session going forward for this next week. You're going to continue with some breath hold practices from last week. We're going to continue building up that carbon dioxide tolerance. And I want you to just keep track of it, and then just to take any notes of how it is going to change your performance, your recovery, your sleep, your stress, and all of that. So yeah, thanks for listening in today, guys, and I will see you next week.